What's going on, beautiful royal family? All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Family, it is my honor and it is my privilege to be able to introduce to you the latest single from King Yada and Queen Carly, known as All I Know. And I just want to say thank you to them. I want to say thank you to each and every last one of you that helped to make this here possible. I don't want to take any more of your time. We'll talk after. But family, please show your love to King Yada and Queen Carly with their newest single, All I Know.
All praise to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High.
All I know, Jacob need to wake up. I'll send the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow laws, statutes, and commandments. All I know, even though we stiff that people, y'all see what we facing. All to see our brother, sister down because we still a nation. I watch the news, claim I'm minister society, cause every time you see my tan, you wanna come and bother me. John 15:20, humble, let me know who I am. Genesis 1:27, nothing without hell. So I stay in prayer, making sure my carnal fast. It's a spiritual warfare, don't know how long it's gonna last.
All I know,
Jacob need to wake up. I'll send the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow laws, statutes, and commandments.
all I know,
Jacob need to wake up. I'll send the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow laws, statutes, and commandments. If you a friend of this world, you enemy to Yah. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, Yah will not be marred. That's why you challenge Yah. Claim he never did a thing but disrespect your mama and your dad. This is what it brings. Time is at hand, the enemy is very near. Satan know the Bible, so an angel like that he appear. And Yah don't give a spirit of fear. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, make it water clear.
God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Always near. Holy Spirit reigns in truth and life and righteousness. In the spirit of holiness, let your power fall. Wake Jacob up and let your power fall.
All I know, Jacob need to wake up. I'll send the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow laws, statutes, and commandments. All I know, Jacob need to wake up. I'll send the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow laws, statutes, and commandments.
All I know, Satan gotta go. The devil is a liar. It's about time to retire. Take sin and death
the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow law, statutes, and commandments. All I know, Jacob need to wake up. Us in the cherries like Moses, they come to take us. We the children of Israel, they can't mistake us. We the ones who follow law, statutes, and commandments. All I know.
Do you know just how good my God is? I'm so thankful, thank God I got this. He's so great, what a love that I'm his. And I promise that he is so
Where you thought I would be? They left me up in the trap, all they had was a key. But God is good, how he saved me from water that deep. I know the shepherd never strays too far from his sheep, no indeed. He may not come when you call him though, but he always on time like the morning show. That's why I praise him like I'm singing in the high note. And I give thanks, I'm the 12 that he died for. Rose from the valley full of dry bones, and every day I'm fighting for the kingdom.
Yeah. Ventilation. Listen, 100 miles and running. Been jogging in this marathon a long time. Shout out to the body of Christ. This is a hard grind, but still we keep pushing. Reading scriptures to fill the cup. Ready to die for this truth. That's how we give it up. The streets keep buzzing. Talking about who real enough apostles of the Lord. Ain't no one as real as us. Christ gave us the scroll. He said don't seal it up. The 12 tribes of Israel's back. You gotta deal with us. We built for this lifestyle, ordained since the world began. We men of valor, disciples, priests, holy men, exiled out Jerusalem. Now look at what this world became. The habitations of devils, harlots, and worldly men. They changed up the image of Christ and gave you a false picture. The truth is cold enough to give you a small shiver. That's why these heretics are quick to talk slicker. They come in the form of your pastor or your archbishop. A higher man, me a barzilla, a hard spitter, a bar killer. My bar slicker, your bar snicker. No cap, malt liquor. When your punchlines equal KOs, nobody wanna spar with you. Filled with the ruach when I speak my words spark flicker. When you speak life, the walking dead don't wanna talk with you. You can't reflect if you looking at a dark mirror. If it ain't no light, all you gonna see is a dark figure. Everyone ain't gonna get it. It's like looking at fine art. When your imagination ends is when my mind starts. Glory to the Lord. He's sketching my storyboard. We film it in real time, so please don't pull the cord. My menorah's lit. Won't call it quit. Dodge in the pit. I'm vice gripping the commandments, hoping that I don't slip. If I do, pop back up like Jack in a box, fast on the spot. Street preaching, about to smash on the block and call it my ock. We don't deal with the laws of my ock. We awake now, so we came to throw some salt in the pot. You D-boys asleep, boy. All you do is poison your block. You watch your boy get popped like you boys with the cops. I used to hustle with the hustlers and smoke with the killers. Since I turned my life over to Christ, I ain't seen nothing realer. It feel like I'm moonwalking Michael Jackson and Thriller. I'm with the Bulls, a whole crew of silverback gorillas. Matter of fact, a team of lions with teeth of iron. We were hibernating while you wake the sleeping giant. We send no praises to the conquering lion while the heathens keep trying to mix their sorcery with science to defeat Mount Zion. That ain't flying.
All right. I don't know what happened now.
Yeah.
no.
The music was over, but I guess they weren't done yet. They
Hey, still going, huh?
They still wanted more camera time, I guess. they paid for 3 minutes. They were gonna get a whole 3 minutes. Music cut off 2:45. We still got 15 more seconds. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. And before we get started, I do want to say thank you. Been going over the numbers for the last 2 weeks, Ayo, and the Most High is blessing the show in a very great way. I can't say that it's trending right now because you got to give it some time. But in the last 2 weeks, man, we had some numbers that we hadn't seen in a while. Right. And so for those that are new, I don't know if you subscribed or not. The subscription numbers haven't really moved. And we may be getting those new views. Well, no, that's on YouTube. Those are the YouTube numbers. Yeah, those are the YouTube numbers. So I don't know if you subscribed or not, but obviously someone is finding some edification in the content that we are providing. So we want to say thank you. Continue to watch. And more than anything, I would love for you guys to subscribe and to share and ring that little bell. That way you'll know every Wednesday when we come in and we give, you know what I'm saying, this Truth Be Told Flex podcast every week. Ayo Ben Yahoo. And please say the Yahoo.
Yo Ben Yahoo. Please say the Yahoo. What's good, fam?
Oh, good, my man. Oh, good. Shalom, brother.
Man,
good spirits, man. Good spirits.
Man, the Most High is grand, bro. Listen to me. Just, blessings upon blessings, man. As you were saying, the podcast is just growing. Man, it seemed like we came off that break and everybody, they missed us, man.
What's crazy is that and this goes to show you people too that we are doing what we do for the right reasons. We're not doing this for numbers, for likes. Because if that's what we was doing for, this show would have been shut down a long time ago. To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? We do this because we're doing what the Most High would want for us to do, right? And it's crazy because yesterday, I put a post up, you rock with us, let us know something. For those who responded, so much I want to say Tawada, so much I want to say Tada for those that responded. But it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? If you was to look at that, that would probably make somebody else depressed. It didn't make me depressed. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I was like, because I know the more people rock with us that did respond. Right. For sure, I do. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, I was not expecting that to be for real though. But we love y'all, man, and we do what it is that we can. And so, for those that do rock with us weekly, we got love for you.
Yeah, man.
Nothing but love for you, baby.
But love.
Well, I just need y'all. I'm just here for the money. I do it for the money.
Ooh.
How much money you giving Banaf?
Not a thing.
I'm trying to figure out where she getting it from. She ain't giving me nothing.
You missed it. You missed the joke. It went over your head.
I think you went over
for the free skis.
Yeah, the free skis. Yeah.
If I was doing it for money, I wouldn't be here. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, boy. But yeah, man, I think, man, the Most High is just grand because he is these doors. See, when he opened up doors, though, behind the scenes, like the joy I have being here with y'all, doing it for him, doing it for, ourselves, our audience, like laughing and joking around, but serious at the same time. It's that righteous balance, and we live in reality, like you said. If we were doing it for the numbers or that's just reality. But one day, I'm gonna keep speaking it. 777 people in the building right now with 1.5 million subscribers. I'm gonna keep on saying it.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all that is my man. Please say the Yahoo's vision. That has been his
I've
vision.
been
And
saying
yo,
it. It's gonna
we
happen.
got power and faith. So I'm rocking with my man. You dig what I'm saying? Say, look here, I'm rocking with my man. That's for sure.
On tonight.
Yeah, but we can talk all day. We
Indeed,
really
you can.
Yeah. So we are here to give a show. You hear, but not she wide open today. She
giving you the business already.
Yeah, she
wait
in
for a
rare
little bit.
form today.
Yeah,
It's all love.
Right.
I gotta keep y'all on your toes.
Yeah.
And you do.
Yeah. You got anything you want to say to the people like yo before we turn it over to Bernard?
We got a great show. I'm excited about what we're bringing to y'all, as I am every night. So let's get it. Let's get it. Love y'all. Let's get it.
All right. Very good. So I do have a few announcements this week. So the first one is our sister Shemayam Kwal is going to be performing in Houston, right here in H-Town, as they like to call it, on August 27th. There is posted here at the bottom, skyhighartistlaunch.com. If you would like to purchase tickets. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard that you can purchase tickets and actually watch online if you're not able to actually come the day of the event and attend in person. So please go out and support our sister. She pretty much supports any and everything that we do. I've seen her at a couple of different events, met her personally. She's a beautiful soul. Love her spirit, love her music. So please go out and support, guys.
Very gifted.
The next one, I have a little bit of sad news. In the Hebrew nation, we need to support Big Country, the Hebrew. So it was brought to our attention that he suffered a heart attack and has blood clots in his lungs. And this happened back on July 21st. His family is trying to raise money. They've started a GoFundMe account to raise. Then the goal is to raise $40,000. I believe his daughter started the GoFundMe account. And she's basically saying that the main reason for it is so that when he comes home, he has somewhere to come to. So because he has not been able to work, I imagine the medical bills are piling up. So, our family needs our support. So donate what you can. There's a way to go on and donate and be anonymous. It doesn't have to be a major donation. I'm always here, every little penny counts. So whatever your heart and whatever your pockets can afford to donate, please go in and donate. And definitely keep him in prayer and his family in prayer as well. All right. The new edition of the Light Hebrew magazine is out. You can go online and get your free copies on tlhmagazine.net. I've had a chance to peek into it. I was going to share some of that, but I figured I'll let you guys go in and do the work. It is definitely worth going in and all praises, Sister Elsa. Thank you for that update. But definitely go online and check out the magazine. There's always information in there. Some of the newer artists. There's always
magazine in the nation.
Absolutely, it is. I've learned a couple of things in there just going in and seeing, what the magazine has to offer, different businesses, entrepreneurship. If that's something that you do, if you have a business, if you have something that you want advertised, please reach out to tlhmagazine.net, get with Sister Delta, and they will see what they can do to get your information advertised.
Yes. David Myers, real quick. David Myers, y'all remember we had for the last cover our sister Faith in Israel last month on the R&B Hook Truth Be Told Flesh podcast show. This month we will have our man David Myers, Light LLC, that is on the cover August 11th, 7 p.m. So make sure you save room and tap in for that. It's going to be epic. I just want to say
awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Can't wait.
The next thing is, so the Light Hebrew magazine does a lot of sponsors and events. And a lot of times when they have these events, they have something called swag bags. So if you want your product in the swag bag, so when you go to these events, people have an opportunity to, find out who you are, what your product is, so that you can take your take the products or the things that you have to offer, and they will put it in the bag so that when people leave the event, they have something to look back on and say, oh yeah, I remember this product, or I remember this thing. That's a way for you to go back in and remember the things that were being advertised or that were available. So if you've got business cards, flyers, keychains, coupons for any of the products that you may sell, what have you, please reach out to the Light Hebrew Magazine at gmail.com and let them know that you're interested in having your promotional material advertised with them.
Yeah.
All right. So next in the nation, Faith in Israel has a new video song out. It's called Repentance. I'm just gonna show the first part. I'm not the video, but just the screenshot of the video, so you'll know what you're looking for.
Did we run that last week? I could have sworn we.
You probably did. You probably did. But if anybody missed the show, this is an opportunity for them to
go back on the replay. I believe we ran that last week. Let me see. Go ahead. Y'all keep talking.
Okay. And then we have Hezekiah out with his official video for Rent. Go check it out. His new album is out. It is amazing. If you have not heard it yet, you are definitely missing out on a treat.
And it is still on trending like top 10 far as hip hop albums worldwide. I just want to say,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, still it debuted at number 4 or number 9, and I think it's up to number 4 or 5. I ain't talking about just Israel. I'm talking about like with Drake, like all of it.
Gotcha.
It's in the top 10 as far as hip hop albums worldwide. So it's definitely a Barak to the nation.
All praises. All right, and then one more artist, Snipes with Boomerang is out, so go take a listen. I've had an opportunity to listen to all 3 of those, and like I said, if you're not checking them out, you are definitely missing out. And for Mayo's response, I'm gonna go on a limb and say they fire.
Boy, good gracious.
Man, that dude there be turning up stuff every time I listen to him. I had to go buy a brand new speaker.
Don't be blaming that on him. Don't blame that on him.
Go buy.
He get a little bit of blame. Sniper.
Yeah, had to go buy a brand new speaker. Say, when you talk about the art of MCing,
man, I got the pleasure of seeing him in person at the first Hebrew Wall Street. Man, listen, his set, I could feel the ruach, like it was there, like it was. I can't even describe it, bro.
Right.
Was crazy.
I put him on a level of KRS-One in the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's just and see, you got people who can rap, but there is an art to MCing. This is what I'm saying. It's like you have to go to an academy to do what it is that this brother here does.
Say it again. It's got to be in you. It's got to be
right. It got to be in you. Exactly. It's just not, putting some words together that's rhyme. Yeah, what this cat here does is definitely it's an art. This is real hip hop.
Dig it. That's it.
It's real hip hop, and he's giving you truth with it. So yeah, I've never met Travis Snipes, but his music is in heavy rotation. And it was crazy. I go to Apple looking for. I just be wanting to find Travis Snipes. There's a lot of him collabs. I haven't found like a whole album. I don't know if he got a whole album out.
He got a couple, but yeah, he on so many features. Everybody want him.
Right.
We might have something in works, but y'all didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
But y'all didn't hear that from me.
Right.
You hear that from me.
Right on.
Indeed.
All
something
right.
to look forward to. And no, looked like I did not run that last week. I thought I did though. But you still go catch the replay. All right.
hint.
You can still go catch. Right. Still go catch the replay. What we got next?
All right. So for our talk amongst yourselves topics, the things that did not make our cut for this week. But I definitely encourage you to go check them out yourself. Go do some research and be enlightened. So this first one is 50 Cent Mr. Curtis Jackson is calling for the removal of a white judge who threatened to shoot black teens. So this is Supreme Court Justice Aaron Gall, who was captured on police body cam video threatening to shoot a group of black teens if the police don't. Just the mere fact that she even threw that out there, felt it was comfortable saying that, and she's a judge, tells you everything you need to know about her character. But go read the article on her. She's a piece of work.
What's her name?
Her name is Erin, E-R-I-N, Gall, G-A-L-L.
Don't that make you all kind of cringe a little bit when you think about these people in these public offices like judges? Yeah. And this is how they really think. And they pass judgment on individuals like this judge that's here in Houston right now that done been pulled over 2 weeks in a row for DWI.
That's crazy. Yeah. 2 weeks in a row now.
In a row. You know what I'm saying?
You going through something.
And this judge has set the bench for some high profile cases here in Houston.
Right. So again, you want to shoot some black teens, not fight a black woman your age. You see what I'm saying? It's always, they always want to attack somebody younger or somebody elderly with a weapon. You don't want to do your own thing, fight with your own hands to somebody the same age as you. Always do that. Shoot some black teens.
If the police don't.
Yeah, I mean, go look her up. Go read the article. You will be appalled at Miss Erin Gall.
She needs to be benched.
Yeah, she exactly. She has the all-out gall. At any rate, so the next one is, so this young lady, Diala Conte, is banned from playing in her home country of Paris because she wears a hijab.
Man, we're gonna get into Paris. So you Paris.
Yeah, that part. Because she chooses to wear a hijab for her religious, spiritual reasons, they are banning her. And the whole reason that they put together for banning her, it's interesting, to say the least. It is very interesting. So go check this one out.
The Confederate.
Man.
Psalm 33, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Black Journalists Association co-chair steps down. That's this young lady up here. After Trump accepts the invite to speak at this convention, basically of Black journalists. So I only caught a little bit of it. It happened today. I caught just a piece of it, and Rachel Scott from ABC News was giving him the business. So
Trump.
Yes. Yeah. She was giving him the business. Yeah. Some of the questions she asked him, he was about to mess around and find out.
Yeah, Rachel is trying to get one of them big seats like David Murr. So when she go in, and when she take those assignments, she take those. She want to be like a George Stephanopoulos. That's her. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the goal is.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why. That's why she don't put the gas. Yeah,
she's not afraid of stepping on toes for sure.
Getting back, she stepped on them today, boy. She definitely
have to check that out. That's something I got to check out.
Yep. So, and then the last one that I think is just informational. The FDA warns that ground cinnamon has been tainted with lead. It has largely affected certain discount stores and specialty groups like Dollar Tree, Patel Brothers, and Euro Grocery, Save a Lot, La Superior Supermercado. And these are the different brands that were advertises containing the lead. So I always have a problem with buying food products from discount stores, just because the main reason they put them in there is because something went wrong in the production. Quality. And it's not always packaging. You know what I mean? You can find Pampers in the Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or something like that. And it's usually the printing on the packaging is messed up. That kind of stuff. I'm okay with mine.
Or the fastener on these diapers ain't fasteners, it's regular tape.
Right. It's just tape. It's Scotch tape.
Right. So those kind of things, I don't ever really have an issue with. You got to run in, grab a roll of paper towels, some foil paper, something like that. That's cool. But when it comes to food products, there is usually something significantly wrong with the food products.
When our son was buying them steaks.
Oh man, don't put it out there like that.
Don't
put it
do
out
it.
there like that.
Look,
He
somebody
was
that
trying to be an adult.
look with this bat cinnamon powder, somebody at the plant done mistakenly put beach sand in the
Right.
people getting sick.
Yeah, man. So yeah, just be careful of the products that you're buying when you go to these discount stores. They're in the discount stores for a reason. Is all I'm saying.
Right. They're in there for a reason.
All right. So next up, of course, we're going to talk about Kamala again because why not? So the majority of Black people are voting for Kamala simply based on the fact that she is Black. While I wouldn't say they are ignorant to who she is, what I will say is that the vast majority of the people who look like us are voting for her merely because they perceive her to be us. However, I would caution people to actually look at the action she has taken over the course of her political career. I encourage people to research for themselves and vote on the interests that suit their needs. For people who either haven't already done their own research or for those who may have forgotten her policies, I need you guys to tell the people what exactly are they voting for if they decide to vote and support Kamala Harris.
Go ahead, up.
Minus 3 minutes.
Policies is real hard when it comes to her because, like I said last week, she got a gift of saying a whole lot of stuff in a beautiful way. But at the bottom line, she's not saying a whole lot of stuff. Two things that I wanted to tackle with this, that it should be very hard for her to run on, but I bet you that she still get people persuaded in it. And one is racial issues and social justice. As a former prosecutor and the only Black woman in the Senate, Harris found herself at the center of a growing national debate over racial injustice issues. Even as she sought to cast herself as a progressive prosecutor that has to be put on trial, Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners locked up in California as the Attorney General. Biden called her out on that in 2020 presidential debate. California prisons was overpopulated, and at its height, it was stuffed to some 200% of its design capacity. And in one prison, they had 54 prisoners that shared one single toilet. Y'all think about that. 54 with one toilet. Suicidal inmates was locked up in telephone booths, the size of telephone booths for 24 hours. These are suicidal inmates, right? The goal, which was a judicial order, was to reduce the prison population to 137.5% of its design capacity within 2 years. 2011 passed and very little progress it had been seen. Now it's 2012 and a report surfaced that proved the state actually intended to increase its prison population. That report came from Kamala Harris's desk. We're not going to decrease it. We're going to increase it. In May of that year, Harris' office confirmed that their intent not to comply with the order, but instead to seek its modification from 137.5%, which is the design capacity, to 145%, a modification that was not permitted. The deadline for this compliance was eventually extended to the end of 2013. Now, let it be known that these are nonviolent and innocent people that her office refused to let go to decrease the prison population. Now, as far as race, she shouldn't be able to run on race either, because the question was asked her. You could go back and find the video. What are your plans to do for the black population? Her reply was, I don't plan to do anything just for the Black population. So when you ask the question, what are Black people voting for? They're voting for a name, Kamala Harris. That's what they're voting for.
Ooh, very well put. Wow, very well put. You touched on something, Ak. You talked about how she has the gift of gab. The gift of gab. You also touched on something else. You'll let that last part. Why Black people voting for Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris?
T-minus 3 minutes.
Kamala.
I call her Kamala.
Kamala, whatever. So you said something profound. Why? But what exactly are people voting for with Kamala Harris? They recently shut down, I guess, GoFundMe or online campaign. That was this thing called White Dudes for Kamala that raised like $4 million within so many hours. They just had to shut that down. This is what's scary about that. Like Ak was saying, she was asked the question, what are you going to do for Black people? Well, I'm not going to necessarily do it for just Black people. It's going to be everybody. For some reason, when it comes to politics, so-called Blacks, we treat it like sports. And what's scary about this White Dudes for Kamala, we were already
T-minus 2 minutes.
Right when she was nominated or declared the presumptive nominee. She hasn't been nominated officially by the Democratic Party until the convention. But we got online and the brothers and sisters was raising she 88 or 100 million within 24 hours. For some reason, we just can't be outdone. We treat it like sports. Now I'm anxious to see what we're gonna do after that kind of died off. Now you got the White Dudes for Kamala. It's sweeping the nation and the world. All these white guys raising all this money for Kamala. What are we gonna do now? We gotta outdo that. Once it's voting, we gotta outdo that. And this is what I mean by that. I heard D.L. Hughley on the radio talking about how he has to apologize for Kamala Harris because he was wrong for saying that she locked us up for non-valid acts. Well, brother, it's right here. It says,
T-minus 1
in
minute.
December 2018, Harris voted for the First Step Act, legislation aimed at reducing recidivism rates among federal prisoners through expanding job training and other programs, in addition to forming an expansion of early release programs and modifications on sentencing laws such as mandatory minimum sentences for non-violent drug offenders to more equitable punish drug offenders.
T-minus 30 seconds.
What kind of, that is devil speak for making a law that's for us Black males to be locked up.
T-minus
If
20
you
seconds.
got, I don't know, you got pulled over for speeding and you got caught with a bag of weed. Now you're gonna do 18 months.
10,
That's what that First Step
9,
Act was. So
8,
again,
7,
like you're saying,
6,
like we're saying,
5,
what
4,
exactly are we
3,
voting for?
2,
I truly, my
1,
answer is, with
0.
all things said, I really don't think we know. And when I say we, I'm not talking about us. I know us. I'm talking about as a community,
as a people.
I really don't, as a people, I really don't think we know. I think we say, oh, she's Black, so we can't be outdone. We got to outdo everybody with raising money and showing up. And y'all wrong for saying that she locked us up at a high rate. She didn't do that. What we doing?
D.L. Hughley, never been a fan.
Yeah.
He's an extension of Kamala. I mean, not Kamala, Candace Owens. Yeah. He's one of them type of people.
Yeah.
And the thing with it is too, man, that it's an insult the way the Democratic Party is running their campaign. Bruh, I was telling my wife today, I heard about it, but I did not see it for myself until today. This broad actually brought Megan Thee Stallion out there.
Megan Thee Stallion, bro.
At her rally. She walked out with, they not like us. I mean, anybody with a little bit of common sense would be like, how can I, in good conscience, vote for that? And this is what you are putting out before you. But this is what I've learned about us. We're no different than we were in the book of Samuel.
Come on, can't be outdone.
Give us a king. Samuel like, what?
Right.
Give us a king.
Right.
Samuel weep. Most High said, man, dry your tears. They not rejecting you.
Right.
They rejecting me. Right. He said, before I give them the king that they want, go and tell them what the king is going to do to them.
Come on. And
he went and told them all the bad stuff the king is going to do to them. And you know what they came back and said to Samuel? Give us a king.
Give us a king.
So all of this that we talking and all of this that everybody else is talking and pointing out over Kamala Harris, you still got people on Facebook talking about, if you ain't supporting her, just unfriend me.
Right. What is that? Crazy, man. We again, we can't be outdone. Like we wanted the human king like all the other nations. In Samuel.
Yeah. So let me tell you the top 6 to 7 things that she is going to run her campaign on. And I encourage people to go look up her policies, look up her viewpoints on these things. And she does exactly what all Democrats do. They love to throw stuff at us, especially us, our nation. They love to throw things at us so that we get very dependent on them. But go look up her stance on economic policies, healthcare, education, criminal justice reform, climate change and environment, immigration, civil rights and equality, and gun control.
And civil rights and equality is homosexuals.
Yes.
That ain't got
it has nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with us.
No. All right. So this next one, whew, man.
Oh, I got to get back to my notes. I'm tripping.
So let the games begin.
This here made me mad.
But not before the foolery. So the Olympic opening ceremony was a portrayal of Leonardo da Vinci's, or so it's stated, Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, and it was full of drag queens. Christians were outraged at the portrayal, according to the Washington Examiner. Some found the inclusion of avant-garde performances like nearly nude blue deity and a seductive menage a trois to be in poor taste and culturally insensitive, and prominent figures, including former President Donald Trump, House Speaker Mike Johnson, criticized the ceremony as disrespectful and a disgrace, and the Italian Deputy Prime Minister, Matteo Salvini, deemed it insulting and sleazy. So before I get you guys' thoughts on this, take a look at, let me back up one. Take a look at this first picture, which is supposed to be the Last Supper, right? And this is what they're claiming, the opening ceremony, this piece at the top, that's what they're claiming this was portrayed after. And I don't know if it came down to them walking it back or if this really what it was, but the other argument came out was that this had more to do with a Greek deity than anything.
You get out my notes, man. But now.
Sorry about that.
No,
so that being said, what are you guys' just overall thoughts on the opening ceremony? I think Ayob, it's on you to kick it off.
Let's go ahead and pull that down too. It might
it'll go down as soon as I start the clock. Okay.
T-minus 3 minutes.
All I got to say is, oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. So now Christians, conservatives, liberals are like, now this is one thing that conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, they all have come into agreement. Well, wow. It's a travesty. And you know what the Most High is saying? How y'all in y'all feelings about this? And my children been telling y'all for years that they are my people and that the Most High is brown with a white afro and bronze feet. And y'all get offended. How dare you say it doesn't matter what color he is? Oh, the irony. But let me touch on that for a second. So hijacking a culture that's not theirs, again, Daniel 12:2 comes to mind. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Like we said on the show before. FOWs. Everybody is going to wake up. But you're either going to wake up to everlasting life, as we are, or everlasting shame and contempt. Everybody that's on this earth is going back to the roots of their culture that they resonate with. Everybody. So now when you see a blue dude that, like you said, a Greek deity, yes, he represents Dionysus or Bacchus, the Greek god of wine, revelry, and the O word that rhymes with porgy. I don't want to say that because I don't want to get us knocked off. But Dionysus, the god of revelry, wine, and porgies. Leonardo da Vinci which was the lover of Cesare Borgia, which is the
T-minus 1
false deity made up in Christianity and was painted by Leonardo. He was commissioned by his father, or Cesare's father,
T-minus
Pope
50
Nicholas
seconds.
VI, to paint a more favorable image for the world to be able to receive the Messiah. Now, the underlying
T-minus
factor
40
is in that,
seconds.
don't take my word for it, do your research, is the fact that the Crusaders, the Templars, when they went on the Inquisition, the Catholic Church, the guys that had the helmets and the
30
red crosses,
seconds.
they said, we can't kill them in the Inquisition. They look like the Messiah. You got to change the image. So the Pope had to change
T-minus
the image.
20 seconds.
So with all of that being said, they're just waking up to what their true soul feels. They're upset. The Christians are upset.
10.
But what are you really
9,
upset about?
8,
We've been telling y'all this the
7,
whole time.
6,
That a culture
5,
was hijacked and they
4,
just making it up as they go.
2,
The,
1.
the Olympics is named after Olympus or Olympia, where the Greek gods stayed. Athena, that's what it represents.
Nike.
Games. Nike. Come on, man. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I think it's just everybody's waking up to what they're supposed to wake up to, predestinate. Anyway, so
it made me mad, to say the least, for real. Everybody knows me, know that I love competition. Love
T-minus 3
competition.
minutes.
And my wife said something today that was profound. She said maybe the Most High is allowing this to happen so that people such as yourself that love competition can start pulling away from it. You know what I'm saying? On that side of it. And I'll have to agree with it, man. But all they did was showed you the real spirit of the Olympics anyway. It has always been known that they have those porgies in the Olympics when they go there. That's the extra part of the games that happens at the Olympics. This is why Simone Biles' husband, you know what I'm saying? Hats off to him for taking off to go with his wife, but I would have went with my wife too. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. I'd have went with my wife as well, right? But this is the snowball effect of allowing small, insignificant matters to creep into society. These people are slow with what it is that they do, just as long as they get their end game out. They don't care how long it takes them. Words have never been truer. You give a person an inch and he will take a mile. What was wrong with the World Games? When these strangers kept to themselves in their own corner and everybody lived the way that they were supposed to live. Nothing at all. Then out of nowhere, they wanted to be noticed. Then they wanted rights and protection. Then they wanted inclusion. Now they are representing the World Olympics. You know what I'm saying? All of this was a series of progress that was happening, man. I don't know if you guys seen them images. Well, you have seen them because my wife just put them up there. But the video, it was for real horrifying. Now, Christians, I promise you, they were not the only ones that was offended by this ceremony. Because it's need you to understand what Ayob said. What are you offended by?
There you go.
Ayob gave you the blue man, which is a Greek deity. But yo, Jesus Christ, guess what he is too? He's a Greek deity.
Shots fired.
So they're not lying.
Shots fired.
Okay? Jesus is a Greek deity. I'm sure that,
T-minus 30
can you
seconds.
imagine? I got 30 seconds. This is why this was so bad, and this is where we are at. Can you imagine getting ready to watch the opening ceremonies with your 5-year-old, 7-year-old, or even 13-year-old to welcome the Olympics in, and out come that?
Boy.
They didn't care about offending you.
8,
It's
7,
easier to
6,
say that I'm sorry on the back
4,
end
3,
after
2,
you done did the damage than it is for them to say, look, we can't do this because we're going to offend many. They don't care about the offense, okay? What we have right now are gods. I was talking to Safa this morning about this. I'm going to say this and I'm going to be quiet. These are gods that are no longer wanting to keep themselves in the private. These are gods that are stepping out and saying, yo, here I am. Worship me. They don't care if you people at the house are offended or not, because we are out now. Why are we out? Because you have allowed us to be out now.
Youth worship.
We out in full effect.
Full effect. They say, show yourselves. They're like, okay,
Right.
we are.
Yep.
Here I
Yep.
am.
Here I am. You've worshipped us long enough, world. Here we are. Oh, you thought we was going to show up coming through a portal out of the sky with wings? No.
Come on now.
We're just going to enter people.
Come on
show
now.
up for the 99 and the 2000. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they doing.
Well, we talked about it on a couple of shows back where we talked about creeping compromise. If you think about the state of the quote unquote church and the things that they've allowed to enter into the church, Christian church, what have you, pretty much every Baptist, Black Christian church that I know of is led generally by a male gay leader. I don't know too many churches.
Choirs,
the choir. I don't know too many churches that don't have gay choir directors. I just don't. But you can't. It's just interesting to me how you can be offended by this, but you guys are the ones who've been saying for the, we got to include everybody. We got to have inclusion. We got to have inclusion. So now you're offended by this. Then they turn around and tell you, well, we feel excluded. You're not including us. You're not allowing us to be a part of this. We're people too. Okay. We submit. You guys are right. You can be included. So
yeah, man. Crazy.
All right. We're gonna change the tune just a little bit. Just a tad. So former President Donald Trump delivered a keynote address at the world's largest Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Tennessee. He advocated for the U.S. to become the crypto capital of the planet and a Bitcoin superpower. Trump emphasized that if cryptocurrency is to shape the future, it should be mined, minted, and made in the USA. Trump also promised to replace Gary Gensler, the current chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, who has been strict on the digital assets industry. He proposed establishing a crypto advisory council and taking a more favorable regulatory approach towards digital assets. Trump assured the audience that future regulations would be written by individuals who support the industry, not hinder it, and that a new SEC chair would be appointed to facilitate America's growth in the crypto sector. So previously very critical of crypto, what could be spurring Trump to change his tune?
The election. The election. Trump, everybody knows. I had to apologize to so many people back in the day. I used to say, America, the USA is not a corporation. It's not a business. It's people. And I had to go back and apologize once I found out, no, it is a corporation. It is to be ran exactly like a corporation or business. And that's all Trump is doing. He sees an opportunity to have something that we have not seen consistently for a long time. Yep. Our audience is so smart. You guessed it. Where has made in the USA been? It's been going for a long time, y'all.
That's right.
Back when I was little, you would see made in China, made in Tokyo. You would see it, but you mostly seen made in the USA with that flag. Now here's an opportunity where Trump is like, hey, let's start making it made in the USA again. Like Banaf said, he says at the keynote address at the world's largest Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Tennessee over the weekend, he said Nashville is to become the U.S. crypto capital of the planet and a Bitcoin superpower of the world if he wins the election. He said if crypto is going to define the future, I want it mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's not going to be made everywhere else, Trump said. He said, now we will have regulations, but from now on, rules will be written by people who love our industry, not hate your industry, Trump said. And you just heard Banaf say the SEC that's been hard on him, he's out of there.
Mm-hmm.
What interest does he have with other countries?
Mhm.
The UN. What board does he sit on with the world that say, look, make it hard on
T-minus
them
1
so
minute.
we'll get it made in Japan and Tokyo. And Russia. We've invested a lot in Bitcoin, and we just can't let it be made in the USA. You don't think behind the scenes Trump
T-minus
see that?
50
Trump is like,
seconds.
nah, we if I get in there, y'all better hope I don't get in there.
That's right.
So he, again, as a businessman, as a CEO
T-minus
of
40
multiple
seconds.
companies, he sees an opportunity to say, hey, this is our chance to be made in the USA
T-minus
ready.
30
Right.
And
seconds.
maybe this can start a long stream of companies and take back. Because again, when I was little, that's all I used to see everywhere. Maybe
T-minus
USA,
20
maybe they were
seconds.
proud of it. But then
Mhm.
as special interest groups, lobbyists start getting to these congressmen and say, hey, if you invest in so-and-so that's made in
10,
Japan or Tokyo or
9,
Africa or Belgium
8,
or Russia or Australia,
7, 6,
don't mind
5,
USA falling behind.
4,
We'll get back to promises.
3,
You'll make $2 million more
2,
dollars a year in
1,
your pocket. That's
0.
your money. So they started investing in other things. So
Mhm.
to answer the question, I think he sees an opportunity as a businessman. He sees opportunity for Bitcoin to be made in the USA.
Yo, real quick before I start too, they sold America out, and this is what Ayob is hinting at. They sold America. You look at cities like Detroit, cities like Oakland, these type of cities that were industrial cities, where we as Black people we could go to and we could make a darn good live in nice neighborhoods. These cities, they dried up because what the politicians start to understand, yo, if I take this business and I move this business to another country, now I don't have to pay the taxes over here.
Did you say before you start?
Yeah.
You cheating.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. yeah, but I don't have to
T-minus
pay the
3
taxes
minutes.
over here. And this is why that made in America is so good, man. What made him change is exactly what Ayob said, man. If crypto was going to define the future, I want it to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. Listen to that, man.
What he's saying.
Digital currency is the future. Trump understands this. You cannot fight a barrel with a 22 caliber gun. You're going to lose. So why is he going to continue to say that he don't want digital currency? Okay, that's crazy. But let's look at this. Now, don't get Bitcoins confused with central bank digital currencies, because Trump had a lot to say about that as well.
Yep.
He don't want that. Now, this is from the document Project 2025, which we are going to get into when the news starts dying down a little bit.
T-minus 2
He
minutes.
said, prevent the institution of the central bank digital currency, or CBDC, will provide unprecedented surveillance and potential control of financial transactions without providing added benefits available through existing technologies. All of that to say is this: if Trump get in office on the financial side, okay, on the financial side, Trump's objective is to take the government out of the people's way.
That's it.
Put your money back into your pockets and you have the power over your money. This is one of the reasons I don't feel like they're going to allow him to get into the office, man. When you look at Trump policies when it comes to finances and America as a whole, it's like Ayob said, he's a businessman and he's going to run this thing like a business, which means he's going to bring businesses back here.
T-minus 1 minute.
And he's telling you, people that got Bitcoins, hold on to the Bitcoins, because right now, America is telling you to sell them. He's telling you to hold on to them for
50
asset
seconds.
purposes, just like bonds, because if they're printed here and made here, do you know what the worth of them going to be? It's going to go up.
T-minus 40 seconds.
And if he put a rein on the Federal Reserve, which have never had a rein on, because that's what he's talking about doing. He's either talking about
T-minus
putting
30
restrictions
seconds.
on the Federal Reserve or getting rid of the Federal Reserve, all the way around. Whichever one happens, that's what the people need. But
T-minus 20
the
seconds.
left over here screaming, Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. They're not even realizing that Trump is actually trying to do something that's beneficial for you economically. Now, I'm not a Trump supporter, by no means necessary. Let me throw that out there. But if I wasn't in this truth and I didn't understand what it is that I understood as a black man, I would be casting a vote for Trump because I'm understanding what Make America Great Again is, which is bring the businesses back home.
Bring the businesses back. Absolutely. That's exactly what.
And take the government out of my financial problems.
That's it. Which they ain't supposed to be in that anyway.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, we are going to take our first music break, and then we're going to come back with a really, really hot topic. And we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to also have our Beyond Critical Race Theory because the last topic we're going to discuss is it's a doozy, and it was worth the final hour of the show. So, this is Days of Noah, King Yada.
King Yada. Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Y'all said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws, commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. Y'all said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws and commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. John 15:20, serving not greater than this master. You gon' suffer like your master before the rapture. I know they lied to you, Sunday church pastor. You gon' suffer the life after, you dirty bastard. You dirty bastard. My people hear my voice, so make a choice. These seals are being broken, there's earthquake, wars, rumors of wars. Time is at hand to understand what we waiting for. He's coming like a thief in the night, he's not knocking on doors. Your shout's the plug, go on and show your brother love. Put your heart and all your faith above. For y'all not a man, daddy got the lie. At the judgment, then the lake of fire. Where the sky crack open, ain't no sin trying to run it. Said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws, commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. Y'all said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws, commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. Let's camera in action now, we see the show. Thinking nobody know. You abomination, drunk off the wine cause you wasn't patient. Hit a lame and the blind, 11:59, we almost out of time. False prophets on the rise, they in disguise. They say they come in the name of Yah, Jeremiah. The enemy comes seek and destroy, read the book of Job. You can't escape, better repent before it is too late. Now listen, follow these laws and statutes and commandments. But one day the word is gonna be a famine. Gotta follow crumbs, that's gonna guide us home, that's gonna lead us to the throne. No man come to the Father, Son, unless it's wrong. Said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws, commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. Y'all said it be just like the days of Noah. Nobody following laws and commandments that is in the Torah. Everybody moving around, they trying to cross the border. No matter where you go, Jacob, you won't escape your trouble. Oh, praise to the mighty Lord. Yes, another one. Thank you, Jesus.
I know you're tickling me in that background.
Please say the
King Yada.
Yes, indeed.
I like that.
Oh,
Well, staying in line with the they not like us. So there's a lot going on with this one, but Alpha Kappa Alpha has decided that they are going to continue their exclusion of transgender. So there are both pro-trans and con-trans voting on whether or not transgender men should be included in the fraternity. This story originally broke July 10th, indicating that Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated may become the second Greek letter fraternity to ban transgender members. At their constitutional convention starting July 10th in Chicago, delegates were going to consider an amendment to restrict membership to individuals, natural born male, who remain and continually identify as male. Critics within the fraternity, did y'all hear? Within the fraternity, argue that this proposed amendment is discriminatory, exclusionary, and politically motivated, not reflecting the broader, more accepting membership.
That's them closet homosexuals.
DeAndre Miles Hercules, a gender creative member, I don't even know what that is, but a gender creative member using they, them pronouns, condemned the amendment as reactionary and contrary to the fraternity's legacy of commitment to human rights, highlighting the contradiction of a fraternity associated with civil rights leaders like Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King Jr. enacting such a ban. Following a heated debate, delegates at Alpha Phi Alpha's Constitutional Convention overwhelmingly voted to pass a bylaw amendment banning transgender members. The amendment now moves to a further voting and approval stage by individual chapters and the general body before it can be officially adopted. In addition, an anonymous member of Phi Beta Sigma revealed their fraternity already has a similar trans ban. It was verified that a clause in the Sigma Constitution stating membership is limited to natural born males who identify as such, approved in 2017 after initially accepting and then rescinding the membership of a transgender individual. How long do you think this organizations such as Alpha Phi Alpha can hold out on these type of bans?
Not long. Not long. It's going to, before you know it, they're going to be like everything else. This DeAndre Miles Hercules person, which we're going to show a picture of here in a minute, in my opinion, was a pawn that was sent to start all of this, to get the conversation going. And their decision to alienate trans and non-binary people from membership is reactionary, asinine, and unbecoming of an organization with a professed commitment to human rights. Look, this is crazy, man. Alpha Phi Alpha was founded in 1906 on the campus of Cornell University. It is the oldest of non-Black Greek letter fraternities and sororities that emerged in response to racist exclusion. So what did the brothers do? Because the white boys did not want to let Negroes in their fraternities. The brothers went and created their own fraternity. So why is that so difficult for these trans folks to do? You want to step, you want to yell, you want to do all of this, sir? Right. Go create your own lane. Yep. But because of these closet homosexuals that Bernat was talking about, these fraternities is going to let these trans jokers up in here. They're going to make sure that all fraternities at some point will no longer be all males. This is what one of them closet trans said. I just feel like at the end of the day, if you identify as a man and you want to be in fellowship with other men, then you should be allowed to. He says, it doesn't sit well with me that a white man could be a member of Alpha, this historic Black institution, with no problem. But we're going to tell a Black trans man that they can't? We got all type of men in this fraternity. So to me, that's how I look at it. It's just another type of man. You's a homosexual. Grandpa. Your brothers need to be checking the going back, need to be rescinding your letter, homeboy. This is a fraternity. This is a man's fraternity. This is a low-level secret society.
Pretty much, yep.
That's what this is. And to be put on the record, my wife would tell you, I always had questions about the alphas anyway. I always had questions on. But it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long before we looking up and we going to be seeing females that's pretending to be males on the line in these fraternities, man. That's where we at right now.
You want me to bring up that picture really quick?
That's a secret agent, man. They brought that joke in there to start the conversation.
What in the world is that?
Yeah. How you feel comfortable with some boy? If I was part, I'd stop my payments. The day that they lied, I wouldn't give not one more dime.
What in the
It's
world?
corrupted now.
What is that? Man.
You're not paying your dues.
I wouldn't pay not one more due.
Not now, another. Not now,
Not
now,
now,
another.
another.
You got to say it together. It flows together.
Exactly.
Not now, never.
Not now,
Not
another.
now,
Yeah.
not never.
Now, another. But yes, y'all
made. They are serving a Greek deity. Yes.
And this is what the sold out is.
Speak, brother.
T-minus 3 minutes.
And y'all, I swear y'all was in my notes. I swear. We almost went verbatim, and we don't exchange notes before the show. So
Right.
that's how you know the Ruach be moving. But Aki said something profound. As the article stated, and as the history says and shows, we cannot get into Sid Gap Salon for the white fraternities at Oklahoma State. We couldn't get into the Sigmas at Duke University with the whites. So we was like, you know what, we're gonna go create our own, so we could step, so we could dance. All that clapping and dancing. The white folk were like, look, we ain't gonna come and sip our tea, eat our cakes, and donate and have dinners with tuxedos, and we go party and take trips and go home. Y'all go over there, dance all night, party, beat the drums, let the drum make the step. Y'all could do that. So we said, okay, we will.
T-minus 2 minutes.
This is what happened during the civil rights era. This is what happened. All this inclusion that we say we needed just to be hired, just to get accepted in college, because they would see Black or African American, rejected. So what happened was
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action that was for us. What that did was, well, we want to be able to go to the HBCUs too. If I'm white, why can't I get into the fraternity Omega Psi Phi? So what they did, the ADL and the Jewish folk, they started pumping in money to these frats. And these oaths started changing, and they started pledging to these Greek gods instead of these African gods. They don't make it right anyway, but I'm saying the gods switch.
That's
the
when it
knowledge
started.
switch. Right. Like Cher said, it started out one way, but over the years, it got
T-minus
hijacked.
1 minute.
So now, well, where's the evidence and proof, Ayo? Look at the article we doing.
Right.
In a frat
T-minus
to be
50
debated
seconds.
about a transgender being let in? Are you crazy? 20,
It's gonna
30 years
happen.
ago, and it's gonna happen. 20, 30 years ago, that wouldn't even have been a
T-minus
question.
40 seconds.
I got a
20, 30
lot
years
of,
ago, they never would have
they never,
asked.
right, they never would even thought about asking. I got a lot of Omega Psi Phi, a lot of Q Dog homies.
T-minus
a lot.
30
Most of my
seconds.
homies are Q Dogs, and you would ask them, they'd be like, man, that would have never happened when I was at Norfolk State. My man Tone,
T-minus
my
20
man
seconds.
Quinn, that I played ball with, when he was at JCSU, he was like, man, in the 90s, that would have never ever happened. So again, to answer the question, like Cher said,
10,
I hope they hold on
8,
for as long as they
7,
can.
6,
But the whole
5,
out, I don't think it's going to be too much longer.
3,
Again, you know
2,
why? Because
1,
instead of
0.
us donating to the frat, there's higher
That's right.
companies that's donating, and when they put the stranglehold from all angles that control the money, sponsorship, just wait till them folk tell North Carolina Central and the Southern Classic for the bands, just wait till them hotels and them plane rides and the buses can't get there to the Classic, and the Classic gets shut down this year.
That's right.
Then you'll start seeing, okay, we got to include them.
What I don't know if a lot of people know what Ayob is saying is knowledge off the top. The majority of your HBCUs, if not all of them, they are all funded by white colleges.
Sorry,
PV, Texas A&M. And so when you look at the deplorable state that they're in, that's because the mother college is only giving them just enough for them to survive, just to survive on. That's it.
Well, and it extends into the politics of it, because
that too.
I found this on the Instagram. Somebody posted, "Dear Biden-Harris administration, Phi Beta Sigma and Alpha Phi Alpha have or will likely have anti-trans language in their bylaws. Can you revoke any future invitations for their leadership until these organizations revoke their anti-trans bylaws?" They've already started.
Yeah.
They already started.
Who, and now this the same lady that we talked about earlier that said she's not going to do anything specifically for black folks.
Correct.
Right.
But they got laws on the books for transgender,
everybody,
for the LGBTQ plus community, for the Asian community,
and those
they got laws for everybody.
All those started, everything you just named, and even more started off the backs of us. It started as a civil right or a right, but affirmative action was started. The foundation was because they saw our names on college application, job application, and just rejected it without even looking. Right. Oh, he black. Oh, Tarian. But you come on, my government name is Tarian Butler. As soon as you see that name, you don't expect no white dude to come through the door.
Right.
So as soon as they would see that name, so affirmative action was made to combat that. But over the years, it turned into something different.
Yeah.
So the bottom line of all of this is that it may got black on it, HBCU. It may be Alpha Phi Alpha, black fraternity. Omega Phi. Man, I'm tripping right now. But yeah, you understand what I'm saying? But it's controlled by white money.
Right.
It is controlled by white money.
Yeah.
All you got to do is say one name, and I know we got to move on. The NAACP and one famous name.
It's Jewish. Wattsburg.
Deion Sanders.
Deion
Sanders. This is why he left Jackson and was like, look, I'm not going to be at a college to where our players that fill up most of the colleges anyway that come here don't get money, but you're giving all this other money to these auxiliaries and all this.
That's right.
That's what they don't want to say. That's why he left. But that's one of the main reasons why he left. That's why he left. Yeah. He said, I'd rather go deal. I can expect this at Colorado. It's their money. They can do that. Crazy. Oh, man.
All right.
Beyond critical race theory. We got a good one. Boy, when I seen this, with what we're going to talk about this last hour and the recent news, that's been, in the recent circulation of the news. I wanted to do this because I've never heard of this, and it just really, truly inspired me and gave me inspiration. And it took me back to the book of Genesis, the men of renown, the book of Yasher, the Apocrypha, the Maccabees. It took me back, and I thought about these guys. I thought about our ancestors when I read this. But of course, as this segment is one of our favorites, beyond critical race theory equals critical race facts. This is all history. This is all facts. What we learn this segment in the classroom, the things that the schools will not teach. So this dude name alone was, I already knew when I seen this tonight, we're going to learn about Gasper Yanga. And that's a name for you. Gasper Yanga.
I know this dude.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
If you ain't so.
I know, right?
But yeah, man, I had never heard of this guy.
Yes,
I ran across this, and his account, not just story, but his account. The Bible is an account. It ain't just stories made up. Those are accounts. So this account really inspired me, and let's get into it. Gaspar Yanga was a liberator and one of Mexico's heroes enslaved from West Africa. He fought for the abolition of slavery in Mexico. He was known as America's, check this out. Boy, they don't teach this stuff for a reason. He was known as America's first liberator, or El Primer Libertador de las Americas. Yeah, I couldn't say that another time. But anyway, the town of Yanga, Mexico is named after him. Never heard of this. Gaspar Yanga, often called Yanga, El Yanga, or Nyanga, was said to be a member of the royal family of Gabon, Africa, before being kidnapped and placed in the Middle Passage to the New World. He came to be the head of a group of slaves who were revolting near Veracruz around 1570. Escaping to the highland terrain, he and his people built a small free colony. For more than 30 years, it grew, partially surviving by capturing caravans bringing goods to Veracruz. In 1609, however, the Spanish colonial government sent troops from Pueblo to enslave Yanga and his people again. The Spanish numbered around 550, of which perhaps 100 were Spanish regulars. Yanga and the Maroons facing them were an irregular force of 100 fighters with some type of firearm, and 400 more with stones, machetes, bows, and arrows. These troops were led by Francisco de la Matosa, an Angolan. Yanga, who was quite old at this time, employed his troops' superior knowledge of the area to draw them to the negotiating table. So this dude was not just a fighter, he was very intelligent. And he taught this to his people. Yanga's terms of peace asked for a treaty akin to those that had settled hostilities between Indians and Spaniards, an area of self-rule in return for tribute or tax or money, and promises to support the Spanish if they were attacked. He proposed his district will return any slaves which might flee to it to soothe the worries of the many slaves owners in the region. The Spaniards refused the terms. A battle was fought, and the Spaniards advanced into the settlement and burned it. Yanga's people fled into the surrounding highlands, and the Spaniards could not achieve a conclusive victory. Unable to win definitively, they agreed to a conference. So they agreed to meet again. Eventually, Yanga's terms were agreed to, with the additional condition that only Franciscan priests would tend to the people, and that Yanga's family would be granted the right of rule. Finally, in 1630, the town of Yanga was officially established. It remains to this day. Gaspar Yanga, folks. Boy. And that last part, it remains to this day. It reminds me a lot of the times in Jasher, Judges, the Old Testament, where the word says, and it still remains to this day. That took me back to that, and this story was so powerful. And there's more. You got to go read into his whole background. It's amazing. Like, we had liberators, and this is why they fear a so-called Black Messiah, because they know that not just fighting techniques, but the economic status, social status, all that would be taught to everybody. And then, like the word says, the Romans wasn't necessarily scared of Hamashiach. They were, but they were scared of that. Everybody was starting to believe just like him. That's what is scary. So yeah, Gaspar Yanga, man. What y'all think about that?
Hey, what did Yasha say? He said that the kingdom is within you.
That's it.
And that's what they're afraid of. We just did a lesson here at the house the other day, man. Genesis, that the Most High created man and female in his image. And it's that image that the world see in us as a people that they are afraid of, man. No man has seen the Father and yet live, right? So If he created us in his image, when they see us, guess who they see? They see the Father. Maybe not them, but the spirit that's in them sees the Father, which makes them hate us the way that they do. That guy is still celebrated too over there in Mexico.
Right.
As soon as I saw that statue, that's when I was like, I know
seen this before. Right.
Exactly. Wow. Same thing it was that was in Haiti. Why do you think the Western world hate Haiti as much as they do? Because they fought them French white people hard. Right. I was just telling Safa this morning, look, when it come to Judah, they said, look, there is no way. I said, think about, because, I forget what country it is right now, but it's us. They are fighting against the politicians. I can't think right now what country it is. They're trying to run them up out of there, and they fighting. I said, them white people knew for a fact that them Negroes there, Judah, us, the Igbos, the company, we could not allow them to have their own land like Mexico. We couldn't allow, they couldn't allow us to have our own land like Puerto Rico or Cuba or Haiti or Dominican, because they knew if they allow us our own land, it would have been over with. We gonna keep them niggas close to us, give them a religion, we gonna educate them, and we gonna make them you know what I'm saying? We gonna humble them. You know what I'm saying? We look, Judah. When you go read all the testaments, what do the testaments say about Judah? That we are going to be the ones together. They know who we are.
They know who we are. Absolutely. And that's why we never got a land. Everybody else got a land except us.
Everybody else got land except us.
The reason why is because let's do that to them so they'll never have nowhere to go. They don't know where to go. They'll never have, they have to stay here.
We gonna be their culture.
Come on, man. Come on.
Because you talk to Mexicans, I'm talking dark-skinned Mexicans. I ain't with that chart. Okay.
Like him. Like make that clear. Put that statue back up. Y'all look at this man's feet. Go ahead. I was just saying for her to put that statue. You talk to dark-skinned Mexicans that look like your uncle and cousins, and Puerto Ricans that look like your uncles and cousins and stuff like that. We only a boat stop. That's the only difference, man. Listen, man. Look at his nose. Look at his cheekbones. Look at his chin. Look at his hair.
Look at his lips.
Look at his lip. I was like,
that's right.
Like, what's the statues that they have coming up out of the ground with the wide lips? Like, yo, that's us. So I know McCall, if she's listening, I'm sure she is. When she graduated from Port St. Lucie in Florida, that is a couple hours from Cuba. Man, when I got down there, I had been woke for a year, and I was just learning, about, like you said, a boat stop away. Man, I got down there and seen them Cubans and the Mexicans that look like that, speaking Spanish. I was like, yo, he could be my uncle.
That's right.
Fluent Spanish.
That's right.
Kingsley, my youngest son, his mother and his grandmother, they from Panama. The same way. If they come in here right now, they look like somebody that you see in the store in our neighborhood until they start speaking Spanish.
That's right.
Like, wait a minute. That's crazy. But it's still Judah.
Yeah.
We all had to, like I said, you wouldn't tell the difference until they start speaking Spanish. Then you be like, where you from? I was born and raised in Cuba. But you look at the skin, look at their hair, afro. You be like, what? And then you start understanding. Then it makes Gaspar Yanga, like I said, not just a story, it makes it an account. It makes it real. So
that's right. What did the scripture say? That we're gonna be scattered. We're gonna be scattered amongst our enemies.
Judah scattered. For
real. We are scattered. That's right.
For sure. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a
good one. Indeed.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was an awesome one. Now.
Gaspar Yanga. I love that name. Gaspar.
I like that name, Yanga. With a Y.
Yeah. Well, that's gangster.
Well, before we go into our last segment, we have a music break. Thoughts in My Mind by Buck 500. Sorry.
Buck 500.
Yeah.
These thoughts in my mind. These thoughts in my mind. Sometimes I get low. Sometimes I get low. But I gotta keep going. Can't take hurt your feelings, but your feelings is a non-factor. Ain't you tired of living wrong, moving forward, walking backward, chasing after dollars with that yoke round your collar? Ain't promised to see tomorrow, thinking higher than you alter. That flesh got you thinking that you blessed, living like you bulletproof. Your step you best to correct. The Lord ain't playing no game. He touching down with them flames. Better walk in that law or he blotting out your name. I ain't perfect, I'm a mess up on the surface, but I'm walking in that grace. I just hope I'm found worthy. Used to be a grimy nigga, middle finger to your system. Crack the seal on that field, drinking till I feel some feelings. Getting wicked in these cities, yeah, they wildin' in the streets. Feed the beast, negativity in the east. What it is, y'all forgive me for my thoughts. Y'all know I be really tripping. I just took this song on wax just in case somebody's listening. These goes in my mind. These goes in my mind. Sometimes I get low, sometimes I get low, but I gotta keep going, going, going. Can't take no days off. These thoughts in my mind, these thoughts in my mind. Sometimes I get low, sometimes I get low, but I gotta keep going, going, going. Can't take no days off.
Hey,
That
talking
ride out.
yeah, man, I like that.
Ride out.
Yes, indeed. Hey, man, I tell you, I be on that. I get on that Apple Music, brother. When I be at work, I be telling my customers too. I be like, yo, I say, I'm finna put the earbuds in my ear. So if you want my attention, you're gonna have to come get in front of me and get my attention because I say, I ain't gonna hear nothing you say.
Right.
Exactly.
Nothing. I'm in the zone.
Man, I be in a zone. I be up and up, man. Say working for real. But
Awesome.
yeah, that's some good stuff. Right
Man,
there.
we got 20 shares on Facebook. Appreciate y'all, Facebook audience.
Oh,
20
praise.
shares. Appreciate y'all. Man.
Sister Delta, how you doing, sister? How you doing? The Light Hebrew Magazine. What we got? But not.
All right. So last topic up. Say her name. I did not want us to forget this sister. You know, what tends to happen is, you know, the story's all hyped up, and then in a couple of weeks we forget it and we move on to the next, you know, big thing. But there was so much to unpack with what happened to our sister Sonia Macy that I felt it was important for us to come back and discuss it. I know Sheer and I kind of talked about it. He wanted to kind of look at doing the entire show on it. And while we absolutely could have, there's so many platforms and so many different people talking about it. I did feel like we needed to condense it a little bit and kind of give some additional information so that the people are aware of what's going on. And so one, we don't forget it. And two, we can kind of keep up with what's happening happening in the news with it. So for those of you who don't know or have not heard, Sean Grayson and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council filed a grievance saying the deputy that shot Sonia Macy in the face was terminated without cause. The grievant was terminated without just cause, officials wrote in the grievance form filed July 18th to the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department, obtained by WCIA. So this document basically goes through and explains what the grievance form is, you know, who it is, county he works in, and they give their reason for why they believe he was wrongfully terminated. That being said, I kind of went in and did a little research, and while technically they do have an obligation to support the officer, you know, that's what their job is, the order of the Police Labor Council, their job is to go in and support the officer and make sure that everything is done in order and decency and in order. The other thing though is they don't have to do this.
Right.
They could have just done exactly what the police department did, which was terminate him and move on.
That's right.
There is no saving faith in this situation. So it was not necessarily necessary for them to even come in and file the grievance on his behalf. But that being said, I'm not going to put the timer on, but I just wanted to, kind of open it up from here for you guys to start giving your thoughts on this particular area as it relates to Sean Grayson and Sonya Massey.
Yeah, Sean Gracie was just he was just a bad apple all the way around, man. That grievance though, I think that got me, and I'm thankful for the fact that you brought out that they did not have to do it. So again, what does that do? That goes to show you the heart of these people and the disregard of life. I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but it said remedy salt. You see that there? It says remedy salt. It says reinstatement, and reimbursement of all lost wages, restoration of all lost benefits, and any appropriate relief. So this dude is asking to have his badge back and reimbursement of the money that he lost and restoration of all of the benefits that he has lost and anything else that comes with that after shooting this lady in the face. In good conscience, how could the police organization or whoever this is to help file this grievance after, because they had to see the same video that we seen and they seen it uncut.
Mm-hmm.
How could they get behind him to request to have such a request?
I think they just getting on cold out. They're gonna protect their own, and because even though they know it's 20 million people that will oppose them, they do this stuff because they say, okay, it may be 20-25 million people that can't stand us right now, that hate us, but the 2-3 million strong is enough to back him, even though and they love to take the victim or underdog approach. Oh, all the stuff online condemning us and condemning him, we stand with him. And it, like I said, it'll feel like a small handful, but they'll take the victim and the underdog approach to make it even greater. You see what I'm saying? And then you have people like Candace Owens and Whoopi Goldberg, and you'll have them chime in, yeah. And it just magnifies it. But to me, that fraternal order, it's an order. They got bylaws and laws that say no matter what, if this happens, this is A, B, C, bullet point, 1, 2, 3. If this happens, this is A, B, C. Well, if this happens and the rebuttal is this from the public, this is A, B, and C. See, they have all that written up, thousands of pages of bylaws. So when you put your hand on that Bible and raise your hand and swear, you swear to those oaths.
Right. So
they say you're out there protecting under this oath. Well, guess what? You messed up, but we're going to protect you under that same oath.
And it's because of that oath that he's still a cop, that he was still a cop. Because when you look at his history, there is no way in hell that he should have even been allowed to be a security guard. He should have been not carrying a flashlight. This guy he was kicked out of the military, man.
They got audio.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying they got audio of one of the former bosses telling them, like, bro, you ain't gonna make it as no police.
Yeah. Why are you still working for us?
So if you guys bear with me for a second, let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Because I did have the video. So give me a second.
Okay. While you looking for that, back to him not even suitable for being a security guard, he didn't even know how to follow directions from his superiors.
Right.
He was in a high-speed chase and hit a deer. His superior told him to cut the chase off. Guess what he was chasing the individual for? He didn't rob a store. He didn't break in somebody's house. He didn't shoot nobody. He made a turn without putting a blinker on, and he went into a high-speed chase with this guy.
I have that one as well.
That's correct.
So let me see if I can get this to play.
7 months on. How are
Yes,
you
he
still
does.
employed by us?
I don't know.
Sean, do you understand what I am saying?
Yes, I do, sir.
And I've had this conversation with you before. If we can't trust what you say and what you see, we can't have you in our uniform. I'm calling you on your integrity. How does that make you feel?
I'm learning from it.
Are you angry with me for it?
I don't.
Do you understand it?
Yes. I don't get angry with this because, one, I have no experience. Before I came here, I had no experience. Two, I wasn't allowed to do this right here. I was not allowed to review my videos.
This is termination. I'm getting goosebumps. This is extremely concerning. Everybody likes you. I got to be able to trust you. Was this a purposefully done lie?
No. I full-heartedly, I still believed I was on North Madison until you just pulled up Google Maps and showed me in the daytime.
This is going to get deeper because you're going to have a hard time answering some questions here real quick.
Okay.
You know what that tell me, Ayob, but not. And this, we are going to have to keep an eye on this. His history is going to be coming up, man.
Oh yeah.
And along with his history coming up, just what I told you before the show started, everybody that kept him employed as a police officer, their hands are just as guilty as his.
That was my reasoning for, remember last week when I said those two other, when he got let go or whatever, the details behind that. The other is there to, like Banaf was saying, from an HR standpoint, is to keep him rehireable. Pretty much saying you're rehireable. But then again, what are the details behind that? Like, what did you do? What was there any kind of internal investigation? Or did they just slap you in the wrist and say, okay, we're going to let you go from here, but you can go to another county and be a cop?
So let me share the other video with you guys, the one that you were referring to earlier, Io.
Yeah.
Obeying orders.
We're at the end of 2nd Street. She's taking a right.
Like with what happened here at his 5th police job when he refused an order by a superior at the Logan County Sheriff's Department to terminate a high-speed chase over a traffic infraction, his speed at times reaching 110 miles per hour.
Are you pursuing? I'm about to terminate. She's flying up 121 right now.
But Grayson didn't stop. He did, however, turn off his lights and sirens, but kept going anyways until he hit a deer.
Well, I'll definitely be terminated because a buck just smacked the side of my driver's side door.
Did you
He has no, he don't care
about termination?
Yes, I did.
Grayson was questioned by a deputy chief and other top staff after that crash in Logan County.
Do you agree, before we conclude this, that there is a mountain of policy violations that you committed? 7 months on, how are you still employed by us?
I don't know.
Yet he continued to get a pass over and over again. Even during the Logan County hiring process of Grayson, there were warning signs from another past employer, the Auburn, Illinois Police Department, where he worked in 2022. CBS News obtained these notes from a discussion between the Auburn chief and a representative from Logan County, where Grayson had applied for a new job. It states the Auburn chief said Grayson struggles with report writing, that he was very aggressive with getting drugs. The chief expressed concern that Grayson was too aggressive and that Grayson posted his drug arrests on Facebook. And the chief called him a bragger and was not great with evidence, left items laying around office.
The entire thing makes me sick.
Sangamon County board member Mark Ayers is on the jail committee that authorizes the hiring of new sheriff deputies. He says he was never informed of any negative notes about Grayson prior to hire, and his background was not shared with the committee.
I would never bring on someone that had that troubled past with that record.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's not a lot of words that you can say in terms of what they allowed to happen. The one thing that I do know is there's something called the blue curtain. for those of you who are not familiar with it, it is basically when law enforcement agrees to protect their own. There was more audio, more video that we could have shared. We could have shared tons more video. But one of the things that when I was doing the research for this, the other police officer who was present, when he went out to his car, he was visibly disturbed and shaken by what happened, what he had just witnessed. So much so that when he goes to the back of his car, he keeps yelling explicitives because he's so frustrated with what he just witnessed. He's wiping off his hands. Somebody comes over and you can see his hands like shaking, and you can hear him just like trying to catch himself. And somebody walks over and asks him if he's okay. He calms down enough to tell him that, he's okay. And then another officer comes over and asks him, how's he doing? He said, I'm okay. And then he says, turn off your camera. Because I guarantee you the words that they were about to exchange were about what really happened. How could they defend this? How can they support this officer and literally what just happened? Because as I mentioned last week, they didn't even tell the family initially that she had been shot by a police officer. They just told them that she had been. Well, there's some conflicting stories. They just told them that she had been shot. They found out on the internet that it was a police officer that killed her. So, and that's just one aspect.
He remind me, he wanted to be a cop for one reason. To be a bad actor, man, legally. You could tell by his very actions and the things that he was doing, man. It's like, but one of the things too, one of the developing stories of this, and I'm sure you came across it, Ayob, I know, but not have, because I shared it with her. There was a history, and it makes sense. And it was earlier that day, I came across a TikTok of her son saying that they had a conflict earlier that day. I don't know if you can hear it or not on the video, the initial video, but when he knocked on the door, she answered the door. She said, don't hurt me. And her last words were, I'm sorry. So you put those two together, there was a history there. That wasn't just a random. He went there, and remember I was saying last week, it almost seemed like he went there with the intent to kill her. He went there with the intent. That's why he instructed her, go get that water off the stove. We don't want a fire here. When have you ever known boiling water to start a fire?
It'll spill over on the sides, but it ain't gonna start no fire.
Yeah, it could have started no fire.
Yeah.
So with her with boiling water in her hand, he creates a narrative that she's a threat.
He created a threat.
This is why his camera was not on. But he wasn't aware that his partner came in with the camera on, which we are grateful for, because that blue curtain that Banath is talking about and those bylaws that Ayob is talking about, man, they would have came up with a coup, and Sonia Macy would have been the worst person in the world in that house.
Well, he left the house trying to paint the narrative of her. He talked about she was a crazy bee. Yeah. And then he asked if they knew if she was I cannot remember the code. It was like a 1039.
Yeah. That's a code they have for mental.
Correct. He asked that question, but the way he asked it was like he was trying to say, hey, I don't know if she is or not. I didn't know if that was the situation with her. He already knew when he went to that house, that's what it was. He already knew.
Could he have been, and I'm not the author of this thought, but it makes sense to me. Could he have caused a problem in her backyard or wherever it was that she heard, for her to call the police to say, hey, I got something going on here? And he was the first one that took the call. It's like the dude said on the video that I watched, somebody need to go check the response time, the average response time in that town, and how fast did he get to her house after she called the police?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm gonna say this, and I want everybody that's listening, like, I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this, because this is spiritually like I see something like just there was something on this dude spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
and it was ancient. Listen, hear me. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, Yasharal. The Most High is pouring out His Spirit on the earth. The earth is being visited. Okay. How did the deer, out of all the places to
And
be,
the same thing at
out
that
of
time.
all at that time, see, the Most High will allow things, somebody that He's warned, somebody that He don't like, somebody that He will allow to be used as an instrument. Even He'll do things to mark moments in their predestined path line that where they've divvied off. How did that deer get there at that time after he was given a direct order to not for a traffic? Because the Most High, again, there are no secrets in the spirit realm. What did the set apart Ruach see that was going to happen to the person that was in that car?
I was just about to say that. Yep.
They may have met the same fate as Miss Sonya Massey. So the Most High was saying, Malachim and said, no, stand down. And the deer comes out of nowhere and boom, he didn't have no choice. He turned off his lights and was still going.
Did you hear his response when he hit the deer?
Yeah.
How nonchalant he was about
Man.
it. And every reprimand that he got, he never learned. One of the things I've always taught our children was, I can deal with mistakes. Whatever the mistake is, I can deal with it. But it's what you learn from the mistake. See, if you touch a hot stove, you should learn not to do that no more. Why? Because that burnt you. You dig what I'm saying? Man, what you said is A100. It's ancient.
It's ancient.
It's ancient.
All the lies he told, everything manifested. Everything. Lies, coveting, mistreatment of people, all those things just don't come out your mouth and go away. They are manifesting to things. And this is what I'm saying. I see a lot of that in Yasharal now. A lot of this stuff has been exposed because you've done it so long over the years. He's I'm cool with the Most High. I'm good. We good. We homeboys. Most High be like, okay, I done warned you plenty of times. Keep playing. The very first time I seen her, the camera moment that they pretty much every media outlet showed before it got traction, like a couple of days after, was the scene where she was getting her ID ready, where she was sitting down, he was standing there. That was the scene that they kept flashing, and I kept seeing it, and I was like, oh, what do I see? I see an angst in the air. I didn't even, this is before knowing all of this. I could see the angst. I could see in the atmosphere. I could see this thickness of something spiritually. And now finding all this out, that's how I know old boy was dealing with something. He was running from it too. He was running from it, and it was ancient. It was an ancient evil ruach, and it didn't find rest. It was going to do it that night. It was chasing. And the Most High sent the deer to be the murder victim.
Yeah, because you got to ask yourself the question, what was he going to do to that individual?
Correct. Over literally turn signals.
You ran a stop sign. You rolled and stopped. You didn't stop all the way to stop sign.
Right. And who just take off and run from the police for something like that? You gotta, you see what I'm saying? Like
whoever that was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know you did not do anything wrong. But bad.
This thing,
something told you to flee.
Right. Something's like, run. Don't look back. I'll make a way.
Right.
And the way he did, whoever was running didn't know that they was gonna have a direct order to stand down, and that person, the police officer, was gonna get that order, still be chasing, turn the lights off to go incognito, and a deer was gonna have to stop him and be the victim. Because remember, like Mashiach said, Ruachs don't find rest until they exact what they do in the earth, and that was a murderous spirit.
Correct. So the other disturbing piece of this story is some of the feedback that we've been hearing, some of the takes that we've been hearing. We don't have the audio because I guess she got enough backlash that
they done scrubbed the internet of that.
They scrubbed this comment, but there was apparently a video of a white lady breaking down the video footage of the murder and was justifying what happened, justifying all the different things that Sonia Massey did wrong that allowed Sean Grayson to take the action that he took. Now, what I will say is, overwhelmingly, I have seen a lot of police officers go live and say that what he did was despicable. There was no justification for what he did. There was no reason for him to handle the situation that he handled, even if he thought she was going to throw the pot of water on them. There was so much distance and space between them. If she had thrown it, there is not much that was going to land. Right. People trying to say that she was coming towards him. There was a whole countertop in between them. And there's another officer on the other side. There's no way she would have gotten to him. So he did exactly what he wanted to do. He came with the intent to kill, and that's exactly what he did. But I think what's most disturbing about this is the fact that we have, yet again, Candace Owens, who has decided that she wants to take sides, if you will, and say that as Black people, we should not feel like this was racially motivated.
Candace is a tool for them people to keep Negroes in the house. That's what her job is. Listen to what she said here.
To make it mad.
Got that video?
Yeah, give me a second.
Of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all the usual suspects are already involved, we know that Attorney Crump is already involved, to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black is pointedly ridiculous. So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid. They think we're emotional. I think that we always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020. And then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are. And that's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonia Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young Black woman, should be alive today. Sonia's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often Black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonia's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children.
What was the lie, though? That was the one thing Joe Biden said that I actually agree with.
Facts. Absolute facts. I think it's disgusting on Candace Owens' part that she chose the route of to say that there's no way that she was shot because she's Black. I don't know how you look at her and say, in this situation, had that been a white woman, that she would have been shot. It would not have gone down like that.
Ain't no way.
They put their guns down. They said, we're not here to hurt you. They would have made sure she felt as safe and comfortable as possible. If that meant walking out of the house.
That's right. That's what I was going to say. If they had a conflict, if they really did have a conflict and there was a conflict with a white woman, he wouldn't have went to that house that night.
Right. or just to be a hero, he'd have sacrificed himself, getting hot water boiled thrown on him just to walk over there and grab her hands off the pot and walk her outside if she was any other ethnicity. So I know we got to go, but I just want to now, Candace, I don't want to say she has a point, but check this out. In an election year, 2012, February, you had Trayvon Martin. Okay, say 2016 in July 5th, you had Alton Sterling. Remember, he was shooting the fireworks, all that. 2020, you had George Floyd. And now, 2024,
next year,
you have Sonia Massey. Now, that ain't saying all the ones in between Louisville, Kentucky, Warren, knock Warren. That ain't saying they're not, as you know, Philando Castile. That's not saying they're not important. But look at these cycles.
That's right.
Top profile murder comes in, and they do think we emotional and that we go marching just to get votes.
We have every reason to be.
And exactly. That's my point too. That's what I want to say to Candace Owens. What do you mean? We supposed to be Judah cry of languish at the gate. What are you talking? The word says that. Judah cry. We languishers at the gates. Like we've been wailing. Our mothers have been crying. You can't, it just didn't start now. This is start when slavery, when families were torn apart, when mothers had to watch their children and teenagers be sold or kidnapped into another family to never see them again. So what do you mean, Candace Owens? Of course.
My question is why you don't feel like that. Why aren't you torn apart?
It's like Shaka Boom said. Have anybody ever seen her family? Have you seen her family?
Right.
I mean, like for real, like, and it's like you say, man, this chick, and y'all know that I done been on here and she done said some stuff. Never really liked her, but she would drop some jewels. I done lost all respect for her altogether. There is nothing else to Candace Owens, you know what I'm saying, could say that I would have anything positive to say, even if it's true what it is that she say. You dig what I'm saying? Because this right here is yeah, you can't take this back. But you got certain levels to these things. You got your D.L. Hughley's, your Steve Harvey's, you got your who else you got?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Your Whoopi Goldbergs. All of these boule Negroes have a role to play.
Yeah.
To keep us in the condition that we are in. Yeah. Candace did not just get that position because she's good at talking. No, she got that position because she had a role to play. Listen to what she said. Do not think that she only got shot because she is black. Then she got to talking about how they think that we emotional. She's really telling y'all to stay in the house. And it's going back to what Bernard said. If there was ever a time we needed to be in the streets, there was ever a time you need to withhold your votes, if there was ever a time we need to come together as a people, regardless of if you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Hebrew Israelite or whatever, but we share this same melanation, this is that time to do that. And that's what they're afraid of. And they're using Candace Owens to make sure that we stay inside the house.
Yeah, they want to quarter fire.
That's right.
So, yeah,
that's what James Brown. That's what James Brown's job was. Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people knew that or not. It shocked the hell out of me when I learned it. The Godfather's soul, his job was to make Negroes stay in the house, go sing, and when they get to dancing, they're gonna forget all about everything. That's right.
All about everything that we was fighting for and everything. Yeah. So again, the spiritual aspect of everything you just said, Doc, how do we see whether it's white America, black America, that suburb, rural, what manner of spirit are you of? Like Mashiach said to the sons of thunder, when the people was ragging on Mashiach and he said, Mashiach, you want us to call down lightning from heaven? He was like, no, leave these people alone. What manner of spirit you speak of? So what manner of spirit? Is it the same shared with the policemen that do this stuff? How do we listen? I'm asking a question. I know we got to sign off, but how do we view the same thing and see it from a different mindset and a different eye lens? Everybody, all the world have seen that video thousands of times, but you got somebody that look like us that sees something totally different. This ain't the first. Philando Castile, Sandra Bland. Oh, they should have complied. They should have complied. We need cameras because they're not complying. We done complied 50 million times, 50 million different ways. We got cameras to show we comply. We still end up with our lives lost. And people still see it from a different perspective. The same thing. I got my hands up. I got my hands up. Bow, bow, bow. Everybody see it. The next morning, we, as a Black community, we holding our collective breath to see what everybody gonna say about it. Oh, what they gonna say? What they gonna say? Are they gonna agree with us? And we're the ones grieving. So do you share the same spirit as the murder? If you see it the same way as the murder, no, you didn't pull the trigger. Well, I didn't got nothing to do with reparations for slavery, but you share the same spirit, though, the same mindset. from a privileged standpoint. So that's
right,
the question.
That's right.
That's the question. We got to stop marching for the wrong tune and for the wrong thing. Come on, man.
That's right. You know, another thing too, before we get out of here, this has to be said. The Most High sent us here for disobedience. We need to stop looking at this place as home because it's not. I used to always wonder about the old spirituals that we used to sing, man, and they say things like, I'm a stranger in a strange land. Yeah. Now I'm starting to get it. He allowed things like that to happen for us to start understanding we got to get back to the ancient ways. Jesus ain't did nothing for us. You Christian, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not here to offend. I'm just to be real with you. Deuteronomy 28 tell you these are the curses and the blessings. If you keep these blessings will follow you. If you don't, these curses gonna follow you. Who else fit the descriptions of any of those curses but us? So how can we stop the curses? We better get back to the days of old. We better remember who we are.
Come on, man.
That's how we gonna stop it. Now, maybe she's right that she wasn't shot because she was simply Black. Maybe she's right about that because they had a conflict earlier.
Right.
But he felt comfortable going to her house to shoot her because she was Black.
Right.
Because if she was Asian, he wouldn't have did it.
That woman still be alive. She'd still be alive.
And if he had, the Asian community would be in such
there
an
you go.
uproar right now.
There you go.
Such an
there you
uproar
go.
right now. They would be demanding
There you
all
go.
kinds of
But
change.
what are we doing?
Oh, wait. Never mind. They did, and they already got laws passed.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. But what we doing? We getting behind Kamala because she got Megan Thee Stallion on the stage.
That is this.
And Ayo's words,
diabolical.
Diabolical. That is how the young folks say crazy work. That's crazy work these days.
See what I'm saying?
But a scripture come to mind real quick. Exodus 3:20. Exodus 3rd chapter and the 20th verse. And this is what the album Wonderland, this is the foundational scripture it was based off of. Like Oxay, how do we sing in a strange land? This is the hope. Exodus 3:20. It's the Most High himself speaking to Moses. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Mizraim or Egypt with what? All my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let
you go.
We got to call out to the Most High, man. He says, I will smite Egypt with my wonders. We got to let all this flesh die off. All this coveting and wanting to be famous. We got to get that off, y'all. The Most High, he don't revel in sin. He can't be around sin. So if for us to be in his presence, We just got to get right with him.
Got to get right with him. And I think one of the most profound things that was said tonight by Sean Grayson is that dude was dealing with something that was ancient. Got to remember, Moses said that I'm going to harden Pharaoh's heart. And all he was saying was, my righteousness is going to make this dude here lose his mind.
Lose it. Come on, man.
My righteousness. He didn't make him. Nah, you going to do it. Nah, just my righteousness is going to make him lose his mind. That's what that brother was dealing with. He was dealing with something ancient for real, man. This has been the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We thank y'all so much for being with us. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We will be back here next week. And don't forget the Truth Be Told Flex podcast extra, the 11th. Am I correct?
Yes. August 11th, 7 p.m. The Light Hebrew Magazine cover issue for August. Mr. David Myers will be a guest on the show. So
let's get it.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah. When he got him a haircut, y'all, he got him an edge up. So
I know, I saw that. So fresh and so clean.
That's why it's out clean.
Twice I made my whole day.
Yeah. We got some riding out music.
Indeed, we do.
Just ride out.
So until next time, absolutely.
That's right.
Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Yeah. New Jerusalem. Yeah. Hey. Take me to Jerusalem. Land of peace don't need a gun. Flipping through these scriptures, that's the land where my tribe from. Living in this wicked system, seeing the Father's will done. Last rulership of the Gentiles and ain't no running back. Experimenting on my people like we some lab rats. Jacksons ain't no killing them. Poison still ain't no killing them. My God, we only fearing him. Not fear the spirit sitting in. Don't know what Bible they reading. Slaughter Christ coming back. Royal priesthood under the order of Melchizedek. Try to tell them what's good, you know they wasn't hearing that. Faith to reach the heavens, ain't no way that you can mask that. Whoa. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Yeah. Take me out of this land. Where this whole world is damn. I still praise I am. Tell the boys to get out of my land. Babylon got so many problems, steadily adding up so much drama. They tryna subtract my father, Sodom, multiplied by Gomorrah. Whoa, praise Yeshaya, he gon' bring the fire. I hit the water, royal blow the borders. Renew your mind before they close all the borders. Shout out to them four corners, Kwam, Yasharala. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem forever. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem forever. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem forever. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem forever. New Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem. Take me to Jerusalem forever. New Jerusalem.
Yeah.